Check. We live? Are we live? I'm trying to see if I have any sound on my mic. If you guys can hear me, anybody hear me? I'll wait till somebody joins. I can't tell if somebody's joining or not, though. Let me see. Oh, dang. I'm actually just reading this right now. Whoa. Alright. If anybody can hear me, let me know. I don't know if my mic is connected, if it's live or not. I didn't even do a mic check. Trying to figure this out. YouTube live control panel. What the heck? It just said I disconnected and reconnected. I'm brand new to streaming live, dude. This is like the second time I think of it. Well, the second time I've ever done it like this with this program. I'm trying to figure it out. But if you can hear me, it says yes, we can hear you. Okay, so I guess we're good. I'll just leave it. I won't mess with it. But you're Jason Guzzy, because it says, yo, I relapsed to porn today and a few other times with a woman this past week. That was 2 hours ago. It's tough. The temptations are not strong. He says I'm just weak in the spirit. Yeah, you got to look at it differently, man. I mean, you're not weak in the spirit. The flesh is weak, bro, but the spirit is strong and willing. So you got to get that straight in your mind, bro. And I can explain that if you want me to, bro. But he says he doesn't know what's going on. Hasn't been able to recover fully. Pray on this, or I pray this is only a season of my life, but I'll come back. God's will be done on earth and in heaven. I do look back on my long-term SR and recall how happy I was. It truly just sucks. God revealed to me 2 to 3 years ago, or 2 to 3 years to hop on SR, and the longest I've been able to go is 34 days. He says, I love God, and I know He knows everything. I'm glad to see you on day 17, bro. Keep going, keep shining. And then I don't know how to pronounce that. Maybe Camaro's in my chat. I don't know. Is anybody else here? Because I don't have my live feed control panel isn't connecting. Can't load the page. I don't even know who's watching right now, other than Guzzy. But I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll just say Camaro. It sounds like it's like Cmaero. Camaro 9639. He says keep pushing. One thing that helps is fasting. Yeah, man, that is 100% true, Guzzy. You don't have to. But one thing that helps is fasting. It's a realization, dude, with me, like in my own personal experience, and trust me, I don't do it enough. This is the thing about the flesh, dude. Your spirit is strong. That's the thing. Like the spirit man, your inner man, if you not only believe in God, but you trust in Jesus, your spirit man, dude, that's strong and like 100% perfect and legit. It's the flesh that wants to do the opposite. You know what I'm saying? It's just as simple as that, dude. Like, so you can't like, how do I say it? This is because we all get distracted, right? We all get distracted on the truth of things. Like the truth of truth is like the flesh is weak. The flesh just simply wants to do the bull crap, all the bull crap. It wants to. That's the pure desire. It's like a passion. It's passionate to. So your inner man is obviously the real you that says I'm going to be on semen retention. I'm going to keep my seed inside, right? That's the real inner you, because it's like you're naturally tuning in you're tuning back into God's will, you know, like you think of it like this, is like before the fall of mankind, we didn't have to like, oh, am I doing the right thing? Or am I doing the will of God? Right? There was no thought of that. It was just an automatic, pure spiritual connection with God. Now we became aware of like something else. It was like a whole new, brand new existence, literally like gateway that has been opened up to us. And now we are aware of the flesh. We are aware of our shortcomings. We are aware this is sin consciousness. So once you're like born again, this is what it means to be born again, bro. Is once you're born again, your spirit man, because the people who are not born again are literally, their spirit is actually dead. So people think, oh, my spirit, you know, it's this, it's that. It's like, well, if you're not born again, your spirit is literally just, it's dead. This is the born again part. So like once you're born again, that spirit is 100% just like Jesus, like, because it's the offspring. It says in the Bible that Jesus is the first of many brethren from, you know, death to life, right? So in order to get that into your body, it has to come from the soul, which has to come from the spirit. And that's not you, it's literally like it's Christ, but yet it's the oneness at the same time. So like I always love the analogy that the Bible itself paints is the branch and the vine. You don't say like that's a vine or that's a branch, or look at this specific branch right there. If you look at a tree, it's like that's an oak tree or a maple tree or a whatever, you know, a pine tree. So you look at that 100% oneness, it's like, well, what cuts you off? What cuts it off of that realization of that power to resist the flesh? What's stopping that? You know what I mean? And that's where I'm learning, and that's where I'm growing in realization, bro, is that there is truly a battle. I think we can all just simply on the very basic level understand there is a battle. It's back and forth, right? But it's like the more you give way to the spirit, the more you lean into the spirit, the less the flesh has to like have its way. And when you come to that, that's like level 1, level 2, you know, because level 1 is like being saved and believing. Level 2 is like really acting in that, you know, acting in that faith. And, you know, faith is basically belief in action. So it's like, and bro, this is the daily thing. Like just as much as you're on daily semen retention, like you know, you're just passionate. You don't want to release your seed. It's straight up. You got to renew your mind daily. It's literally just as important. It's actually more important than eating with, you know, to give sustenance to your fleshly body. And I've noticed this every time I get back on that, dude. It's just, it causes a mind shift. It's straight up, dude, a mind shift, a mental shift, an awareness shift. Everything else that anybody else will tell you, they're coming at it from a flesh mind, in a world perspective, in a creation perspective, because we know that spirit created creation, everything you see around you and feel and touch and taste, including the desire, like the desire that you feel, that's the reaction of your flesh, you know what I mean? So you can't beat the flesh by attacking it from the flesh. You see what I'm saying? Because you have to understand the Adam lineage, the fallen nature. Like you can't beat fire with fire type of thing. You can't beat water with water. It just doesn't work. So yeah, I don't know, man. That's just kind of how it is. But that's what I'm realizing, and I hope you can realize that too. That's your only weapon. That's your only hope. Is literally tuning in, tapping into the spirit, not in some religious mind or some religious like I'm satisfying my guilt or something. You know, I'm gonna read the Bible, right? Like just coming at it from a pure like, oh, I need to read the Bible today or something. It's like really just tapping in and tuning in and connecting. Really, man, it's like from within, just connecting, talking to God freely, openly, with confidence, and letting him know everything, dude, because he already knows, right? Like you said, he already knows everything. So cast your cares on him, tell him your struggles, tell him your weaknesses, you know, tell him that you need help in this area, and call on his name. Because like there's a verse in the Bible that says everybody who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. A lot of people say that just means like salvation, but it's actually whatever, bro. If someone's like, if there's like a witch attacking you, bro, You call upon the name of the Lord, he'll send his angels. And you might not, you won't see them with your eyes. You know, some people do, some people have in the past, right? There's spiritual eyes are opened for certain purposes and reasons, but like you know, understand, you know, he's your protector, he's the comforter, he's your help in trouble. I remember, like, I recall this. I was trying to train my mind of like, when I'm in the urge, when I'm like being tempted, like, okay, I gotta call on, I gotta ask God for help. And you know what the crazy thing is like, I never did. It's like I let that temptation override me. But what I realized, it's not just like, you know, carry on with life, blah, 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 do whatever you do, right? It is what it is. We all got stuff to do in this life. But it's literally, you, like, every single day you got to set aside time and just have him on your mind all the time, and like cause that awareness that he's always with you, bro, like 100%. And that literally strengthens your soul, because just the spirit's already perfect, so it strengthens your soul, and it has an effect, a trickle effect, a offset effect into your body, to where you don't have to think about being like tempted next, or when you're going to be tempted next. There's no, like, because the spirit cannot be tempted. The spirit cannot wield or yield to sin or death. So that's what I mean by renewing that mind, is like, you just literally, it's so simple when it's fully realized, but yeah, at the same time it's hard, because that's the biggest thing that the enemy, the devil, or whatever you want to call it, wants to keep us away from, is the connection and the unity of God. Because he knows when you really tap into the spirit, amazing things happen, and you start to become Christ-like in this life, like now, as he is, so are we in this world, type of thing. You know, that's the only thing he wants to take. So he knows if you attack him on the lower grounds, he's got you. You know, he's got his hands on you if you try to attack flesh with flesh. You know what I'm saying? But so you got any other questions, man? Are you still here? You still here, bro? Guzzy, where you at? But let's see. Trying to see what else. If anybody else wants to log in, see what's up, see what's popping. That's another thing, man. Fridays, bro. Fridays and Saturdays. I just know for a fact, facts on facts, dude, that they do their rounds, man, because they know everybody's weak, you know, and it's prime pickings for sin. The harvest of sin is in the weekends, man. It's just straight up facts, dude. So we got to be careful, man. We all have to be careful, because we do live in some pretty crazy times where, bro, like, I know I don't like to do this, but sometimes I scan the comments and just read other people's opinions on a video, and there was a video about something. Oh, it was about like space weather, like solar flares, and a lot of people were talking about just people going crazy, bro. And it's like whatever topic I get on, it's a realization that everybody's kind of generally talking about it, whether it's not even specifically about the video. It's just people like realizing that people are just so on edge, you know what I mean? And just like almost gone, you know? And it makes perfect sense why, you know? But everybody's on that ground level, you know? Everybody's on the ground level. And we're all searching for ways. And we got all these people, man. We got all these people on YouTube, and it's just always guiding them in different ways, dude. Telling them to do this and telling them to do that, and this is how you got to do this, and this is how you succeed, and this is what this is. But it's all attacking or trying to accomplish something from a creation level, you know. You got to attack it from the spirit. That's the way. That's the only way to be victorious, is to live in the divine nature. That's the only way to escape. Everybody else is trying to escape by like you know, it's just what's his name, Andrew Tate, dude. He's one of the guys who says, you know, make as much money as you can, get out of the matrix. It's like, that's the matrix right there in and of itself. Is you're just digging yourself more into the matrix. You're getting the best, some of the best that the matrix has to offer, granted, but you're still, you know, you're kind of like a king in the matrix, you know what I mean? And that is basically nothing, you know, means nothing. Kid Campy, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? I don't know, man. Like, is it too personal to ask like people what day they're on, like what day of semen retention you're on? I'm just curious, man. I don't know why. And I know a lot of people like talk about like they don't, you know, don't count the days and stuff, and that is, I think, a personal decision. But I'm just curious, man. You don't have to respond if you don't want to. I don't care, but like, I don't think we should be too concerned about it, to be honest, but I'm just curious. Because I like to, like, here's the thing about it, I like to see people, like, never give up. If they had a slip up, you know, just keep going, you know what I mean, and stay motivated, because that is, like, the time of testing your, yeah, man, that's the time of testing your character, bro. Like, because I'm only 17 days deep, you know what I mean? And, you know, and it's one of those things, you don't want to be sin conscious. You don't want to sit there and like think about your past and how many times you messed up, because I've done that. And I've done like the math on things, and like I added up my whole year of like how many times I relapsed, and like just try to figure it out. Day 15. Yeah, keep each other accountable. That's good, dude, because it's kind of where I'm coming from too, for real. That's actually why I started this daily thing back up. I think the most I did last time before I deleted all my videos was, I think it was 144 days or 145 days or something like that. And that's, I think that might have been the reason, if I really want to think about that deeply. It's like, I just wanted to scrap everything and just give everything up. But that's not what you're supposed to do, like, because it can crash us hard. And then like there's other brothers out there who will put you back into perspective of like, wait a minute, dude, like even if you got on like, let's say like 1 month, and you relapse one time or whatever, you know, right? It's like, really put that into perspective, bro. 30 days versus one slip up. And we're not going to try to have a self-righteous attitude with this, right? Like, this isn't a self-righteous attitude to make me feel better, or like a righteous attitude to make me feel like I'm doing really good. It's just a simple reality, right? Like, I don't know if you guys ever had in like high school, I used to have this girl who was extremely smart, and she used to get mad because she got an A instead of an A+. And I'm over here getting like D's. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I'd be happy if I got a B, bro, or a C+. No, it's actually C+. I'd be happy if I got a C+. You know, there's just some subjects I just was not good at. So it's like, it's all perspective, I think, you know? And it's like, you don't want to compare yourself with like self-effort. And there's obvious benefits you get. I mean, not only has stuff been proven, scientifically legitimate proof, to where, you know, the unbeliever can still see the facts on facts of like semen retention when men get on semen retention. So I think this is what actually kind of gets a lot of people up on there, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Yeah, day 15, man, that's pretty good though. You know, keep going, man. Keep going, dude. But I was gonna say, like, what have you noticed? Like day 15, I don't know how far you got, but have you noticed any change from like, I guess you can look at it in two ways before I have you answer that. It's like, I don't know how long you've been on semen retention, if it's like a year or 2 years or 10 years, because you can look at that change from when you first found SR, or you can look at like the little changes of like getting back on a streak. You know what I mean? Have you noticed anything? We'll just say from like day 0 to day 15, or something that you're becoming more accustomed of in your walk. I've noticed a few things, man, that's like consistent, like whether I like it or not. He said he doesn't talk to anyone in real life about it. Oh, that's cool, man. You don't have to answer. I was just curious. I'm always curious about other people's like benefits that they feel that they get. You know what I mean? You notice he's a lot more positive. Yeah, a lot of people talk about that. That's one thing a lot of people talk about is they just have a better outlook on life. Yeah, better outlook on life. Because that junk causes depression, man, when you fat. It just does, dude. I mean, you wish it didn't, but it does. And I'm not talking about long term. There's a cycle, man. There's a cycle. It's a cycle, bro. Like, we got to break that cycle, man. Because, yeah, man, it's just one of those realities that like every time I fap, I just you know what I mean? It's just you got that crummy feeling, that crappy feeling, and then that's what I was saying a little bit ago. That's the most important time to like tune into God, thank him for his grace and his mercy and his compassion, because he is the only one who will truly get you up and encourage you to keep going, bro. That's all I can say about that, because I've slipped up enough times to know where I don't, it doesn't affect me as much as it did back in the day, man. Because I didn't know how much God loves me. So it's like I realize this more and more. And as I continue in the days, I try my best to like remain thankful. Like whether I'm on the peak of a mountain or if I'm down in a valley, is like I gotta be thankful in all circumstances, dude. That's the weapon right there. That's the weapon to keep you steady and stable on SR. Because, man, we all know it feels good, dude, on SR. But, yeah, it's like your character is really defined in the fire, you know what I mean, in the valleys. And when you get out, you'll be that much better on your next streak. You look at it like that, man. You'll be that much better on your next streak. Because, God knows your heart. He knows what you're in it for, how you're in it, why you're in it, and he will make you better through the valleys, through the shortcomings, like, for real. You'll learn something no matter what. Yeah, everybody's got their own unique like feelings of how they view it. What's their perspective? Some people said like there's a video I watched and he said that he didn't feel anything. I think he said he was depressed, and he said it didn't cure my depression. He said 90 days no fap did nothing for me. I don't know. Like that's his experience, bro. Like who am I to say that's not true or whatever? So everybody's got their own thing with it, man. Yeah, that's public schools for you right there, dude. That's public schools, man. I remember that too. It was like, that was a long time ago, but yep. I don't know, man. That's a whole nother topic. Like, yeah, just wear a condom. That's stupid. Why would they tell you to just wear a condom? Like, that's the world. That proves it. That's the world, dude. That's the world advice. They're not going to tell you to stop having sex. They're not going to tell you anything that's biblical. That's for sure, dude. Like, they're trying to get the Bible out of schools. They're trying to even get like some. Wasn't there something about like removing the Pledge of Allegiance or something like that? Or no, it was trying to remove prayer. It was trying to remove prayer. And the good news is like there's kids like middle school, high school, whatever you were talking about, college, some colleges too, that like they stood up and they resisted. There's certain kids, because they were brought up right. They were brought up with morals and teachings of like this is facts, guys. This is truth. Taste it for yourself and see like what causes death and what causes life. And once you truly experience both sides, there's nobody that can tell you that death causes life or life causes death. You know what I mean? Because life is life and death is death. You've experienced it, like, you know. And like, if you're really wise, you'll look at the old people and ask them questions. Say, like, bro, like, what's going on? What happened? You know, I talked to an older guy. He must have been 60, 70 years old last year, and he had no awareness about certain foods that were just straight up bad for you. You know what I mean? Like, you would think normally, like, old people are supposed to just eventually come to a general understanding of some things, but it's proof that no, some people are truly, you know, I'm not looking at, like, don't get me wrong, but it was just as an observation. I'm like, man, you know, it's just, some people don't want to know. Some people just close their ears, close their eyes, you know, to stuff like, for example, like semen retention. They don't want to know. That's why, like, barely any of these guys get a lot of views, you know. And this topic is probably one of the most important things a man could ever hear. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is proof, man, that the world is blinded, the population, and only the spirit can wake people up to paths like this on semen retention. So I'd say if you're on SR, bro, consider yourself blessed, because you have a knowledge that many people don't have, man, and that's just the truth. And he said, and that's what the teacher said, and I didn't even know what that was at the time. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's sad. Yeah, a lot of people just don't care, man. They're like, let me get my paycheck. Yeah, that there needs to be like a reforming for sure with like the whole sexual education. That would save a lot of people's lives when you really think about it. Could you imagine, dude, like, people who have enough knowledge about semen retention, sexual retention, and, like, you know, saving yourself for your wife? Because I'm one of those guys because I've heard this, dude, on the internet, like, hey, don't get married, you can't get married, you know, stay on semen retention. And then there's the other people who are the total opposite. Like, but if you want to get married, you know what I mean? But save yourself for your wife. Like, don't decay your life, don't waste your life seed. By the time you get married and you've wasted, you know, hundreds and hundreds of ejaculations, you're going to be weak. It's just a matter of a fact that there's a price to pay, and the price is your flesh and blood physical body, guys. You know, spread that word, because this is 100% truth and facts that sin causes death. This is the most real that you can ever understand, that how it creates human beings. You know, when you keep wasting and giving and giving and giving and giving away your life, the sap is eventually going to be like, oh man, I can't keep this tree alive, you know. Oh, there I go. You know, you might get married at 25 years old, 30 years old. You'd be looking old, you know what I mean? And by the time you have children, you'll have a hard time keeping up, you know what I mean? But you just got to do enough searching around and enough asking people, you know, like, where their lifestyle is at. How are you so healthy at 85, 90 years old? They're around, guys. They're here. 100 years old, 110 years old. Right now in America, I think he's 100. He's 100 and something, and he's still doing marathons. I talked about it in my video the other day. He was 80 something years old, and he had a body of like 30 to 40 years old, and he's just jacked, ripped, looked good, youthful, you know what I mean? So, you know, they're choosing life. I'll put it like that. But yep, Kid Campy's been on it for over a year. So I'm just curious, how did you hear about it? Was it like through YouTube, or did somebody in real life tell you? Like, did your dad raise you up to say, hey, you know, did he give you the talk? Because, like, not many do, man. They give you the basic birds and the bees, but they don't ever tell you, like, bro, you know, don't be wasting your life seed. A good father would do that. A good dad would be like, hey, don't waste your life seed. This is what it is. I'm gonna tell you how it is. I'm gonna save your life. You know. He says, I'm gonna list some things or some reasons that I'm on SR. All right, man. I'll be happy to hear it. A lot of people get on SR to the big two is gains in the gym, female attraction, hence like getting married, which is a good noble thing to do. You will definitely find females, dude. I'm telling you, man. You will definitely find, or rather, no, you won't find them. They will find you, bro. That's the crazy part about it, man. I don't know. I don't even know what it'd be like on like 5 years of like solid SR. And I mean solid, day in and day out. I don't mean like 5 years journey, slip ups here and slip ups there, because I was reading a bunch of stories on Reddit, and there was this guy talking about how he got on. I think it was close to a year, right around a year, and he was given the classic story, like everything, dude. He broke it down, and you know what? I believed it. I believed every single word he said, because I experienced the same exact things on a different level based on my personality and my own individuality. And he said he found a girl and he slept with her, and he just said like he was complete, like he said he felt the literal like life force drain his body, not just from the genitals, but it was just like a decrease of just a like fading away. And he went in detail about that, dude, and it was like, end of story. He's like, dude, it's never ever ever worth it. You know what I'm saying? Never worth it. But it makes you feel almost like when you get to a certain level, dude, like these girls will find you and they will want you. They don't even know what they want, like, you know what I mean? But there's some sort of something, and it's like ultimately it's the seed. Obviously it didn't work out. Some girls are like that. And he just felt it, dude. He said he felt like the fading away of something special, and that's what it is. That's what it builds up into, is like legit, dude. It's legit. It's real. It's real. But yeah, if you got like 5 years SR, man, who knows, dude? These girls would be like hunting you down. They would like hunt you down. You'd have to get some security guards or something, man. Some girls are wild, man. Like they're like, we all say like we're the ones who go chasing. No, man. When you want to realize the true chase, get on SR for like a year plus, and you will, trust me, man. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Because girls don't ever see that, man. They don't even know what they see. So Kid Campy's getting on semen retention for God. That's what's up. Better mood. Helps to take away depression. He runs a lot, so he feels I perform better. Yeah, that's good. Want to get married. These are all good, Want to get married, make friends, attract, feel better, socializing, more comfortable in public. Yep, that'll all help you, man. Every single thing will help. I like to say it's a tool. It's definitely a tool for all that. It's a tool for drawing closer to God. It obviously puts you in a better mood. There's scientific studies on dopamine, serotonin, everything becomes balanced. All the but all the glands in your whole body become more balanced. Yeah, you'll definitely find a wife. You'll definitely get friends. I mean, it's hard to say. It's like, when you put SR on a pedestal, though, you know what I mean? It's like, it can kind of make you think your whole like life revolves around it. So, I mean, it's definitely a tool, man. So like, don't make the mistake that I did, where it was like, for a season, it's like everything SR. It's like, nah. But it is a tool to help with all that stuff, for sure. But that's not the sole purpose of SR. I think, if anything, it's number one for God, drawing closer to God, and then everything else will fall into place. But yeah, all that stuff is undeniable. Yeah, it definitely gives you confidence. It's one big thing that a lot of people talk about. When you get those little, when you get that consensus of like hearing about other people's stories, everybody says they feel this or feel that, or the majority, it's like one of them is confidence. They feel better about themselves. And you can't judge that based on how they look or how they act even. There's an inner confidence, because everybody's unique, everybody's different, man. There's an inner confidence that you obtain. And, one thing I've noticed on SR, unless you really try to put it out there, is, you're not going to get any glory. You're not going to get any praise. Like I said, unless you really try to put that out there and say, like, look at me, look what look at what day I'm on. Oh my gosh, I'm so special. Like, I'm a king, I'm boss mode. Me. It's not about that. Like, the whole sole reason I'm doing this, guys, is to, like, accountability, like you guys said, and to actually literally motivate other people who are on this path. Because I know what it's like. I know exactly what it's like. So my nature, my spiritual man within is like, I gotta help other people on this, because I know how freaking hard this is, bro. I need to help share the burden, get some people to help to understand. Let's grow together. You know what I mean? And whether it's like 3 people or whatever, like, we're all, the whole community's in this together. The only guys I don't watch on YouTube to kind of follow and maybe get some information from and some new knowledge and some motivation and encouragement from is the people who are just totally strapped down in the ego. And I'm not a judgmental person. It's not who I am, but the spirit man sees, right? It discerns properly. It just is what it is. And I mean, no disrespect, 0 disrespect to these people. It's just, we're all on different paths and we've all been exposed to this, like, because semen retention will make you feel really good. And if you let it, bro, like, your ego is going to take over. That pride will take over. And you will get a lot of praise from men, dude, when you really put it out there like that. So it's like, oh, yeah, I don't even like that. I don't like the spotlight, to be honest with you. I mean, not like that. Not like that. If people are attracted, it's like, bro, like, I try to direct it towards God. You know what I'm saying? Direct it towards God. Don't even, like, focus on me type of thing. Don't even, like, look at me. It doesn't stop with me. It's like the whole purpose and point is, like, letting you guys know the benefits that happen on SR. It's like number 1 for me is like number 1 for you, God, But yeah, I got hit a couple times, man. SR, just up until, day 17 right now. Like, last night I had a dream, and I had a similar dream. It's so crazy, dude. Is that these evil spirits will try to hit you. I don't know if there's people who astral project. I know there's a lot of stuff they can do to mess with your mind in the subconscious. We can call it that, I guess, in your dreamland. So sometimes it'll be succubuses. Sometimes it'll be straight up sex dreams. Okay, if we can't get them like this, because I had that on day 4 or 5. I think it was day. I talked about it in my video. Let me look real quick because I'm actually on YouTube. It was on day 6. Semen retention and nofap. Succubuses are demonic. That's when I had that dream, and they tried to get my seed. So last night I had a dream, guys. So be aware of this. Is that another tactic from the enemy is they will try to cause you stress and tension. Now everybody is triggered in their own unique ways. They know you. There are watchers in the realms. You know what I'm saying? They know. They study you. The devil roams around seeking who he may devour. Okay, they sit and watch and wait. That is their job. The devil's orders is for them to watch you. But guess what? God's angels are watching you. God's angels are watching me if you're a child of God. So there's nothing to worry about. But like we say, well, why did God let this happen? Why does this dream happen? Bro, I'm going to tell you something in this dream, man. And it was the same thing that happened last year in a different way. But this big old dude came up, man. This big old strong looking dude, like almost like a giant, but somehow he fit in my house. He was probably 7 feet. This is that previous dream I had. But this guy was actually a guy I knew in real life. Now, it wasn't him. It's just how, the mind-related things, giant, big dude, big guy, right? Busted in my house, uninvited, an uninvited guest, a trespasser, okay? A trespasser. You know how the Bible says, forgive us our trespasses as we have forgiven those who trespass against us? They're trespassing, right? They have no right to be there. Succubuses, Jezebels have no right to try to take your seed, but they do, right? This is a violation, right? They're violating. They're trying to violate you. So what do you do in real life? You say, get off my property, get off my property. I'm calling the cops, right? That's what you do. And trust me, when you call the cops, they're gonna, it's gonna, they're not gonna really get away with it, right? So check this out. This dude comes in, busted in my house, and and I forgive him, right? I forgive him because I knew who the person was, and I'm not saying it was that person in real life. I'm just saying, in general, like, God wants us to forgive these types of people, even like these spirits who do things against you, especially most certainly other human beings who wrong you or mess with you. You got to forgive them, bro. But like, he come busting in my house and he pushed me around. He like pushed me up against the wall in the bathroom. And I said, get off me. Pushed him back. And we ended up going outside, and I started going crazy on him, dude. Like, boom, 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 boom. Just like really quick, just pounding him left and right in his face. And it's like he turned into some weird looking, messed up, warped, like, I don't know, man. It was like all scaly, just really small. And I said, go home. And he's like, I will. And I woke up, man. And that's huge revelation for me, because every time they can't get me on SR in real life, that's level 1, right? Level 2 is to try to attack you, kind of a sneak attack through your mind in your dream, through the succubuses. They can't do that. They're going to try to do it in another way. They're going to try to force it on you. They're going to try to force you to be like really stressed or tense, or to cause you some weird, crazy. It can come in a million different ways, guys. I don't even know the demon's handbook, but it's games. It's games they'll play, and one of them is stress and tension. They can try to cause nightmares. You know what I'm saying? To where you just get like, oh man, I need to go relief. I need a relief. Something you're very familiar with, right? I need a relief. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, you just fapped. Boom, boom, boom. You just looked at porn, right? It's that easy way out for the flesh that the flesh is just so used to doing. But this is the weapon. I'm going back to the secret. Once again, is staying tuned into the Lord daily, guys. Daily, not just once for 10 minutes. Not just once for 10 minutes, once a week or once a day or something like that. It's a lifestyle, bro. It's staying connected, tuned into God, praying always. This is truly, guys, your only weapon that you will ever need, and it's the only thing that will ever cause you to succeed. The moment that you disconnect from God, the moment that you stop focusing on God and tuning into God and reading the scriptures for the church, reading other godly biblical material, listening to godly music, stuff like that, the moment you stop doing all that, bro, is the moment you are susceptible. I'm going to be very honest, raw, and you know what? This is called a spiritual warfare battle for a freaking reason, dude. And there's blessings and rewards you get from semen retention. We know about it. Read up on it, about everybody else's stories, man. Like, they don't, like, the enemy doesn't want, the flesh hates that. The flesh cannot stand it. When I got on 1 year plus semen retention straight, dude, my flesh was crying, was pleading, dude, like begging. Like, before, it was all demanding and forceful and this and that, and like, you're gonna release, you're gonna relapse, you're gonna do this, all this other, how the demon games roll with the flesh, how that works. It's like, it was crying, dude, and just getting so like desperate. I could only imagine like going another year. Like, the flesh would be so weak, it wouldn't even be able to muster up a word within my thought life, within my mind, because the battlefield is in the mind. The devil doesn't come knocking on your door with a pitchfork saying he's the devil and he's going to poke you and stab you and kill you. No, it's all within, bro. It's all within the mind, So when you renew your mind, you have a new mind, the mind of Christ. Like, we already have the mind of Christ. We already have the Spirit of God that is in us. It's new, brand new, 100%. We just got to open up that faucet and bring it into the soul more. Bring it into the soul every single day, like you're eating food. If you want to get gains in the gym, what do you need? Protein. You need more protein to actually gain. So we have to step it up. If because they don't play, bro. Like, these demons and the enemy, the flesh, they do not play around. They're serious, bro. They are serious. They don't want you to think it's serious. They don't want you to think that it's life or death, bro. Like, they play for keeps. You know what I mean? When they take your soul, they get your soul, they rob your soul, they take your seed, they play for keeps, bro. So you keep what you have, you gain, replenish, and revitalize your body and vigor, and that flesh gets weak, bro. It's just straight up facts. And this is spiritual battle warfare. It ain't a game. It ain't a joke. It's real. Yeah, Vivid dream, 20 hours in. Yeah, I mean, pay attention to it and talk to the Lord about it. You know, don't try to come up with your own interpretation. You know, the Lord will definitely reveal things to you when you fast. The world doesn't like that. The world spirit, the world mind, they don't like you fasting. They're going to convince you not to fast. They're going to try to give you reasons not to fast. They're going to give you reasons not to be on semen retention. They're going to give you reasons that actually truly help you guys. That turns you into the more realization that you need to realize who you are is you are a God. If you are in Christ, you are a God. Lowercase g. Christ, Jesus said it himself twice in the Bible. This is where you need to really take that seed of the Word of God in, keep it in your heart. Don't let anybody tell you. It's like, okay, how can I manifest this? You know, how can I manifest that? What Christ wants us to be like, more like him, right? This is the secret, guys. Renewal your mind while you're on semen retention. I'm telling you, man, you'll be unstoppable. The only thing is just don't disconnect. Don't disconnect yourself. That is your true substance, man, is the spirit, bro. On semen retention. But I'm probably gonna end this live stream. How long is it? How long have I going? Ooh, 46 minutes? Yeah, 46 minutes. I'm probably gonna end it. So it's nice talking to you, kid, Campy. We'll see you again on another time, man. Peace.